Hi guys, welcome to Success International Training Institute. We are here this afternoon. Hope you've been having a good Sunday. It has been a good one thus far in Jamaica. We welcome you and we want to have some great conversations this afternoon. So what are we looking at today? I just want to share business tips, discussions, hear from you, right? So let's hear, let's hear what you have to say. Let's share some ideas with you. So business in this pandemic, how do we maneuver the challenges? We are business owners. What are we learning out of this affair, this stage in our lives when we seem to have to just manage in a crisis period? How do we manage a situation that does not seem so tenable? What kind of business persons are we and how do we get through? And I suggest that we get through together with the many strategies that we come up with, because I tell you, it's in difficult times that we learn to change. We learn to be revived and renewed, and we learn to give our best. We learn to find solutions. So if I think back to being a business person, I'm thinking I have thought of it many times. Why are we in business? Why am I in business? Why do I think it was something that I wanted to do? Because really the answer is I don't see it any other way. And it may not be the best fit for everybody. But how do you actually manage? So I want to hear and I want you to share for you what it really means to be a business person. Because it really takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time. And a lot of times you may not find yourself having the strength or the courage to go on, but one day at a time, we're going to get through it. One day at a time, we are going to be able to say, yes, I'm happy that I did. I am happy that I went into being an owner and not just consuming everything. So it has been a journey, and it will be a journey, because as the world change around us daily, as we learn about the new things that are happening, as we learn about ourselves as business owners, we wonder sometimes how we got here, how we got on this, even this platform. And how do we learn to control the things that are in our reach to control, and not those that we have a challenge with, that's outside of our reach? So becoming a business owner would have taken us through many passages, and one of them is a lot of doubt, doubting ourselves, wondering if we can manage, wondering if we have the ability to do what we want to do, when we doubt ourselves, really what it does is to prevent us from moving forward. From even if we move forward, what we do is we're slower. We are much slower. We take months. Some of us would have been planning and planning and planning. But if we if we work ourselves into acknowledging that being in business is very rewarding, then we will be able to move forward. Every day we get up, you have to encourage yourself, because not always you're going to find persons around you who will tell you, yes, you're doing a good job or so. So part of it is that, thank you guys for the thumbs up. I'm not sure, it says the chat is disconnected. So I am not even so sure how that one works. Right, so I'm trying to fix that. But thank you for joining. Remember guys, when you join us, I want you to just smash that red button there, thumbs up the host. We are happy to have you, and we're talking strategies, we're talking business today, because as I was saying to you that, welcome Duking Entertainment. It's good having you, my brother. Yes, it's good having you. Thank you so much for joining us. Kamiplex, thank you so much for joining us. I'm just welcoming you. Happy to have you spending the Sunday afternoon with us. Thank you for sharing, and let's hear what your thoughts are. So I was saying that you often have to get up and encourage yourself, because the business that the business that we think of isn't always going to be a smooth ride. It's not, it's going to come with a lot of pitfalls. Many times you think, oh my God, am I going to make any money in my business? And after all, I go into business to make money. And so when you're seeing yourself not really achieving those goals, or it's not fitting into your timeline, how do you tell yourself that, boy, it's worth the while? How do you tell yourself it is good to still continue? How do you persevere? And the way I find that I have been able to get it done is to really get up, go back to my roots, which is go back to my family. And I see my brother here, Duking, and he can tell you our parents were business owners. I don't believe we thought about it like that. But as we've gotten older and become adults, we realize how real um how our parents really managed. They were true business owners. So Duking is saying, sis, are you going to start classes online? Yes, and that's gonna come up shortly, training sessions for business persons. So we want to do that. So I invite you to share and to remember to pass the word along, because if we're in business and we think about even this channel that we're on now, do we treat it like a business? Do we operate it like a business? Do you show up for it mentally and physically? And it takes a lot of work. I did not know you, YT, took so much work and time. It does. Yes, it. Thank you. Duking says, yes, it is true. It does take work. And when I think that, boy, there are 24 hours in one day, what do I do with my time? How do I make sure that when I become older, I don't have to be dependent on government, I don't have to be calling relatives and so on? It means I have to really do something for myself. And so The thought of having a business and not just one business should be something that we we all aspire to be business owners. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the thumbs up. Remember to smash that red button there. Remember to like and to share. We're here to really share. We want to hear your views as well. So we're talking about how we get through the day as business owners and how sometimes the journey can be so discouraging, but at the end of the day, so rewarding, because you find that even if you're having a challenging day, let's say you have a challenging customer, when you have served that customer and the customer is pleased, you feel good about it. That one customer pretty much cover all the bad things that you probably experienced in that day. So you are really challenged to go back and to please somebody else to make sure that you are producing better results, better goods for them, give them a good experience, give them better service. It don't matter what business you're in. If you are in a business that is, let's say you are on YouTube, what kind of content you believe that your persons are willing to see? Because remember, business is not necessarily about us, you know. We are important, but when we put our ideas forward, people don't have to like it, they don't have to come. So when they come, what kind of experience are we giving to them? Are we making sure that we keep them? Are we learning from them? So when I think about business in my head and the many different things surrounding business, my thought is it is still rewarding at the end of the day. I would rather be in my business than to be in other people's business, right? I would rather spend more time in my business. I would want to dedicate more time in my business. I would rather to be cleaning up my place than to be doing it for others. This may not be a good fit for everybody else because we each have our own thoughts about it. Thank you. I see my sister in here supporting. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Remember to thumbs up and to smash that button, please. Remember to share it with your friends as well. Thank you, sis, for coming in. Thank you for joining. So we're talking about business because I was saying that it's when we've gotten older as siblings. I see Duking on here too. That you can think about our parents as business owners, and they were. I don't I don't recall a time when they were never in business for themselves. Yeah. I don't recall a time when they were quarreling about their own business, right? Even though sometimes they were doing things for others, but they always found time to come in. And I believe that when we think about our family now, we didn't know it. But when we think about it now, you realize that that is the kind of bloodline that we've inherited, that we are now coming up. Come to think of it, none of us, all of us really are business owners, and that is such a good thing. So I want to think that on our generation, our children and grandchildren are going to have that kind of spirit as well, that they are business owners. Thank you so much, sis. She says, love what you're doing. Thank you. Thank you. Because we tend not to push ourselves. And business is about pushing ourselves to do something new. Who would have believed like we would be on YT now? I wouldn't believe it myself. Here I am and I'm saying, oh my word, what is it that I am doing? Hi, big sis. Thank you. All right. So welcome, Duke King Firstborn. Welcome. So I am thinking that generations, when you think of your families, you must want to create in them a spirit of entrepreneurship. Do you realize that many of the business owners that you see, and we're talking, let's say Jamaica, for example, many of the business, hi, how are you? Duke King Firstborn, how you doing? So we're talking business today, Duke King Firstborn, because we are pushing that down in the belly of people that you really need to ensure. Yeah, I know. Thank you. OJ, you really need to ensure that um you own a business and don't think that you're too young. Because when you come up and you see it, like OJ, when you come up and you see Duke King or my sister, when you come up and you see the parents really doing things for themselves and they're not complaining about it, it must be inspiring to you because it's going to be rewarding. And I was saying earlier, when you think about the big business persons in Jamaica, we go to school and we come out. School teaches you to go and work for people instead of going out and owning a business. They teach you to go and to consume things rather than to make the things. And we're saying we need to change that dynamic. We need to change how the thought processes are, because yes, you may not want to be a business owner. Okay, yeah, you may not want to be a business owner, because it may not fit you. But you see, if you have that inclination, don't let anything or anybody stop you. Don't let any negative idea come into your head that will prevent you from being a business owner. If that is what you want, fine. If you don't want that, because like I said, it doesn't fit anybody, everyone. It doesn't fit everyone, but certainly if it fits you, you need to go and get it done. It doesn't matter how long it takes. What it takes is planning. So when we talk about business ownership, I want you to first think about what ideas you have, whether or not persons will be willing to support that idea. And when I say support it, I don't mean word of mouth. I mean, will they be willing to buy from you? Are they going to be sharing in that journey with you? Are they going to find the answers they're looking for from your business, whatever that business is? Because all of us have talents one way or another. We have talents. And thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. All of us have talents. And when we use the talents that God has given us, you're going to see how that just work out, no matter how challenging the things look right now, it's all going to work out. Welcome, Mark. Welcome. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for joining us. And we want to hear from you because, yeah, we know you're a business person too, so you can share how rewarding this journey has been. Challenging sometimes, but very rewarding. So thank you for spending this Sunday afternoon with us. It's good to have you here. And remember to just smash that button and to like and to share. Yeah. So when we look at the bowels of the businesses in Jamaica, many of these business persons, some of them didn't graduate, from school, but did they allow that to stop them? No. And they own the biggest businesses, the ones that we want to go and work in. They own it. And we complain about going there and we're willing to spend hours on end there. And if we have an idea, we are generally reluctant to go out and to make it happen, right? So when you touch on the plans that you once had when you were growing up, what did you see for yourself? How did you see things happening for yourself, right? If it's in a role that is supportive, fine. If it's in a role that is ownership, that's also fine, because that is also business. Whatever gets the food on the table, whatever causes you to not to have to work and borrow, that is what business is about. And so when you think about it, I want you to just remember that you encourage yourself daily, encourage yourself frequently, because not many persons who will be around you are going to readily support your idea. Some of them will wait until the idea becomes successful when they can see it, because some people really can't see things clearly when it's building. It's when it's established. So, for example, I cannot read any construction um, design. I can't do it. I can't see it. No matter what vision they're putting forward to me, I can't see it. The person with the eye for that can actually see it. I see it when it's done and whether or not it looks good for me. Clearly, I don't have that kind of skill set. But if I can talk, I want to talk. If I can write, I want to write. If I can give jokes, I want to give jokes. If I can sing, which I can't sing, but what I'm saying is that we have talents, all of us. And if we allow the talents to work, we will not regret the moment that we decided we're going to allow it to come to the fore, that we are going to um, make it work. Make it work for our families, make it work for our children, because of we need that kind of platform to build wealth in your family. So I want you to think about the many ideas you have and how you want to get those ideas out. Because guess what? A lot of us, as I said, would rather work for persons. Is there something wrong with that? No. If it fits your purpose, if it fits your design, if it fits you, that's fine. But what I want you to remember now is that when you saw COVID coming, you never thought about it much. But when COVID came and COVID decided it was going to close down this business and that business and that business and the other business, if you were working for persons and you were one of them, I am sure you'd be thinking about, what did I do wrong? Why didn't I have a business before? Or how can I make some money now? Because it's all about making money now. You need to feed yourself. You need to be able to move about. And if your business was one of them that's closed down, how are you going to really be able to manage that? So what this pandemic has done is to push us into a place where we realize one job can't work. Even if that was your thinking, and even if you still want to be, uh, even if you still want to be an employee, it probably means you need to find other jobs to do, because everything now has increased. How are you going to manage? So I want you to push yourself. I want you to think about this time as a time of planning and preparation, because you probably complain about the time you never had before because you were so busy. So what do you do with the time you have now? What do you do with the platform that you have? What do you do about the the plans that you have? Are you going to be focusing on building on those plans? Because we have to do something with our time. And that time, in my view, should really be concentrated on building ourselves. So if it means that you needed to get quite a bit of rest because you were overworking yourself, you get some rest for a period of time. If it means that you need to get out and be supporting others, you do it. If it means you need to spend more time with your family, you do it. Whatever that means. But when we think of how we spend our time, I want you to make sure that it is fruitful, it is beneficial, and that you don't think back and regret the fact that you had not done as well as you planned to, as you hoped to, but that you really um you were not procrastinating, but you were engaging. Even you engage in your mind, because many of us don't do that. Engage your mind and make it productive, right? So we welcome you to this evening's talk. We welcome you to sharing with us, right? So business in this pandemic is slow. Business is not good. Business, many businesses have been closed or they've taken a nosedive. How do we ensure that when it has been reduced, because I don't know that pandemic is going to be over anytime soon, but as it tapers off, are we still going to be there? Are we still going to? John Paul, welcome, welcome. Says Mrs. Williams, I left you in 2007. You don't look a day older. Well, thank you so much. If anything, you look young. I'm listening to your secret. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, John Paul, to our channel. This is from Turks and Caicos, is it? Am I right? Is this from Turks and Caicos? Welcome, John Paul. Remember to like and to just press that button, right? So we're talking about the secrets of ensuring that we stay ahead of the rest, those who don't want to go, because you can't just join in with everybody else who don't want to move. You have to really be thinkers in this time. You have to be doers. You can't just think, oh yes, welcome. How are you? John Paul says, yes, it is Turks and Caicos, don't it? Thank you from across the border. So you have to be thinkers in this time. You can't sit around idle. If you want anything out of life, you really have to be doing your best at it. You have to give it your all. You have to go to bed thinking about it. Harvison Joseph, thank you. Thank you so much. You have to be thinkers. He says, it's Harvey. I follow you already. Thank you, Harvey. Thank you so much. You have to be thinkers. And how many of us really just have our plans put down in our books and we don't move? We have to now move it from the books onto a platform that gets to people. And how do we get to people? Think about it. You are in COVID. You are in COVID. John Paul says, LOL, yes. I'm not so bad with names, don't it? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. And you are in COVID and all you have are plans. What's going to happen to those plans? Take them up and dust them off. Those plans probably need some revision, you know. Nothing is wrong with revising because you realize now that people would rather stay home than to be out. How do you get to those persons? So one thing I want to tell you, any customer you meet, if you're a business person on here, any customer you meet, you make sure you have their contact. This is their email or their telephone or both. Have their contact. No, thank you. He says your memory is great. Thank you so much. You're good too. And thank you for still, that was what? Many years ago. Many years ago. Great experience. So you see how small the world is. Very small. So we're talking about customers. And as he says, your memory is great. And I remember him from those years ago that, we met. And here it is that he's here. Now, what if I had offered bad service? Think about it. Would he be here telling me that what you're doing is good. No. So you see, consumers in your business, even if they're potential consumers, because you don't know where the world is going to take you, you make sure they're your priority. Because like I said before, business is not about us, really. We're not going to put the money in our pocket. It's what persons are willing to buy from us. They can buy your talent. They can buy the goods and services that your talent has created, whatever that is. So you have to make sure that anybody you meet on the road, anybody you meet anywhere is a potential customer. So you must have their contact information. Wherever they are, you have to meet them. If it's email, you need to get it. And they may not readily want to give you their numbers, but you have to find a way to get it, which means you probably give them a sample of whatever product you have. So if you're selling drink, you give them a sample of the drink and they give you their contact. So next time you want to reach them, you can reach them, right? The point is you have to remember that when you're in business and it is a profit making business, you're selling something, somebody wants to solve a problem, they're going to want to find somebody. Are you making yourself available for them to find you? And one of the things I find that if you're a business owner, you're likely to want to push your business rather than many of us who tend to want to work for others. You want to push your business, you want to push your idea. And that's the spirit. You have to get to a place where you understand that, boy, life is changing. The dynamics have changed and you want to do good. You want to ensure that you don't have to be wondering about where the next meal is coming from. If you have to go to the doctor, where that money is going to come from, right? You have some money set aside, and that's going to come out of your idea. That's going to come out of the bones of your belly. That's going to come out of your thoughts and plans. So you have to really engage yourself. And this COVID, this pandemic season is a very difficult season for so many business persons. So those who are making headways are those who really learn to change, right? You King says, sis, as you know, I am a small business owner. Yeah, I know it. A small business owner, and I know. So congratulations, my brother, a small business. A matter of fact, you're not just a business owner, but you're a business mogul, right? So you're in several things. That's what I'm saying. So when you think about it, I want to congratulate you for the many different streams of income that you are channeling, that that income funnel that you're creating. So if this don't work out, you have something else. If the other one don't work out as best or in the time you have planned, you have something else going. And that takes confidence, and that takes courage, and that takes um perseverance and persistence, which is what we need to build up. And a lot of us are not business owners because we are fearful. We don't want to get out there. We don't want to put ourselves out there because, boy, not everybody like us, but that is it. Not everybody is going to like us, right? So not everybody want to see your success either. Not everybody is happy for you. But then should you allow those thoughts from persons to prevent you from doing what you're doing? So I am saying to you, like my brother says, he is a small business owner and he has several things going. How do you treat your business? How do you ensure that your business get the kind of attention it needs. You have to give it some love. You have to love your business. You have to want to see it grow. You have to spend time with it. And that I know that you do, Duking. You spend time. You're in one business dealing with the next, which is good, right? So if we spend time doing what we're supposed to be doing, and I'm saying one of the things you need to do, especially now, so if you never started before, I want you to make sure that you're having the contact for your customers. Get a book, write them down in there, because customers nowadays are afraid to come out. You realize it? If they were your customer, they're afraid to come out. But because each customer will tell the other one, you want to make sure that you're engaging those customers. You want to make sure that you are really focusing on their needs. So you call them up in this pandemic, you need the sale. You call them up and you ask them if they're not ready for this particular product. Can you deliver? So you notice that that was not part of your business plan originally, that you may not have been delivering. But if you need money now, you have to go where the money is. And if they're willing to say, all right, pay delivery, I'll pay for the delivery if you will come to me. You realize that you've pivoted in your business. You realize that you've taken a new step. You've added something to your business platform that wasn't there before. So that's going to help you to do better. That's going to help you now to push out more and more products, because what you can also do is to encourage them to send others, to traffic other customers, their friends and family. Remember, this is a community. Even if people live by themselves, they talk to people. And if they talk to people, those are also your potential customers. So when you leave your number or your business name and number with them, or your business email, it's a way to get through to them that, yes, I am serious about this business. And I want to ensure that I am keeping in touch. Because if you don't keep in touch in this pandemic, they may not remember you. The thing about us as business owners, or us as consumers, because we're all consumers. The thing about us as consumers is that we tend to forget the places we go unless we have a good experience. So you see, if you can reach out to your customers and find out if you can deliver, and if they can find 2 or 3 persons in their immediate surroundings so that you can deliver to them as well. Look at the growth of your business, and then people wonder how your business survived. Right? So what I do is to make sure I am keeping in touch with them, reminding them. So even if they're not ready for my business, I'm reminding them that I am still around, business is still open, and when you're ready, and the next 2 weeks I don't hear from them, I remind them again. I'm not going to send a whole lot of messages, but I'm just going to, remember that we're open and we're still doing business. We are abiding by the COVID rules, but we're still in business. So you keep yourself at the center of their mind all the time. When they think of buying anything, they're coming to you, right? So think about how it is going to be when all this pandemic is over. You realize that many businesses have closed down because maybe because of the kind of business they operated, or they just never had enough stored back to sustain them. So apart from ensuring that you have gotten their contact number, these are 2 things now that I want to tell you about, because one of them is that you need to be able to diversify, which you kind of just touched on a while ago, which means go into something new. Find something else that adds that adds value for your customers. Find another way to meet those customers, because all customers have needs. So you have to go and do something else. So if you were selling juice alone, start selling some food with it. Yes. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing this afternoon with us. You didn't have to be here, but we are grateful that you're spending some time with us. Remember to share and like this video, right? So back to our conversation. We have to diversify. And I was saying to you, that means you have to do something else to add value for your customer. So I was saying, if you're selling juice, you realize now that the pandemic is on you. How do you know that the customer will want to walk over to John Brown Place and buy food? Can you sell food? And if you see that you can sell food, you sell food. If you have the capacity to do it, if you can do it, if you can cook, for example, or if you can buy it, if you can source it from somewhere to sell, you sell food. That's going to that is going to cause your customers to stay around a little longer. That's going to build up a new product onto your platform. And so they will know that, when I stop here, I can get X and Y instead of I having to move from here to there to there. So you do that. If you, for example, was if you were just doing, I'm thinking of a business. If you were doing car sales, why don't you now offer cleaning service, maybe a car wash on it? Because these are things that you have to do in order to build your customer base. You need to be able to sell your customers value, right? So those are two things that you have to consider: whether you can pivot, whether you can find something else to add to give your customers value for money, or to ensure that you're building more customers in this pandemic season, because all of us need more customers now. Some of them would have lost their jobs and not coming to us, but certainly others who would still be out. Some can't really do the things that they're asking us to do. We need to be out there. So the third thing that I want to talk to you about is how you market yourself, really making sure that you are getting out there into the public for them to know what it is that you have to offer. And marketing doesn't have to be costly. Do you realize that almost everybody is on social media these days? You realize that they are on all the different platforms and they're looking for things. They're looking for answers. By the way, one of the things I found really funny and strange was that doctors are now telling you that they can see you online, that they can diagnose some problems online. No, the reason I found it strange was that it was never a thought of mine that when I go on the internet, I can find a doctor that I am sure is a doctor one, or somebody who can treat an illness. What COVID has done is to put things right into your house so you can't complain. Right into your house, you really can't complain. So how do you make sure that everyone that you are associated with and their associates know that you're there? Put yourself in social media. It may not be for your business, but if it is, put yourself on social media. Don't talk about you don't like this and you don't like that, when that is where your customers are. So put yourself out there. Make sure that people know that you're available and that you have goods to sell. Hi, Princess. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining my first live. Yes, thank you so much. I visited your home today and I am coming for some of that food that you're cooking over there. Thank you. So we're talking business in this time, Princess. Thank you so much. We're talking business, and one of the things I was saying a while ago was that you have to meet your customers where they are now, because the customers may not necessarily want to come out. And in COVID, all of us need customers. It doesn't matter what business you have. All all of us need customers because there's a downturn in the market. And so if you're not going to be available to them, they're going to go elsewhere. How badly do you need your customers? If we're going to make money, we have to have customers. No matter what you have to offer, you have to have customers. How do you meet them? And one of the things I was saying is that you some of us tell ourselves we don't want to go on social media. Thank you so much. She says, Princess says, great, haha. We don't like social media, but many businesses, many persons, customers are on social media. So get yourself into the know. Oh, Duke King says, I just reached home. All right, good. I'm happy you reach home safe. Yeah. So I know you're going to be at it again. Yes. Bright Eyes, thank you for coming, family. That's family right there. Bright Eyes, thank you so much for joining us, my dear. Welcome, happy to have you. So we're talking business over here, and I'm saying, Bright Eyes, thank you for joining my first live, because pushing myself to come on was, boy, anxious moment, but I'm happy I came. I'm happy. Yes. Duke King says, cause one press. Thank you. Thank you so much, Bright Eyes. Thank you, Princess, for joining us and the others who have joined. So push yourself out there to get to where your customers are. And one of them is to make sure you're on social media. The next thing is to make sure everybody you meet, you tell them, oh, thank you. Duke's told you. Yes. Thank you. One press, thank you. One thing to do is to make sure that everybody you know the kind of business you're doing. So you have to tell people, because business can't be a secret. Roshan says, Dukes told me, yes, thank you. Thank you, Dukes. Thank you so much. And Bright Eyes says, Princess, yes, sis, yes. So you have to make sure people know about your business. Who is going to come and patronize your business? No matter what business you have, if you're not willing to tell people about it, how are you going to make money when you hold it close to your heart? Nobody must know about this business but me. How they going to know if you want to make money? And money is out there to be made. So therefore, you have to tell people about your business so they can come. So one of the things I just said, and just going back to what we said, because we have some new persons here, welcome. Welcome to our channel. Duke King says, may I want chatterbox from a little. Duke King says, who you talking? Me, Duke King, that I am a chatterbox from a little? Or you? Yes, Duke. Croatian says LOL. So what we're saying is that there are three things that we talked about in terms of strategies this evening. Apart from the fact that we must be business owners so that we can actually pull down the wealth that is out there for us. It doesn't matter what your thoughts are. Bright Eyes, don't follow Duke King. You hear? He was the chatterbox from he was small. I just follow along. Duke King says, oh, yes, you. I agree. Right? So I said three things. And the first thing we started out by saying was that you must want to be a business owner, not just go out there and buying everything from everybody when you have the skills necessary. Some of the things that I should have done when I was coming up, getting into a career, was that I really needed to do a business. And I never thought of pushing myself into that direction, maybe out of fear. Princess said, you're not easy dukes. Yes, out of fear, many of us don't drive ourselves. And so what we do is to remain in a place of scarcity and poverty because we don't push ourselves to really be our best. We have the plans and we have the idea, and we prefer to tell others about it rather than to push it ourselves, right? We don't want to get up and to face the challenges out there. We want to go and we want to wonder, oh my God, do I have to spend this money to buy this? You probably can sew, but you're not going to be a dressmaker because you don't have that time when you're not doing anything else. So if we would get up and we would focus on what we want to do, then we can actually do it. We can manifest the things that we have inside of us, because as the Lord tells us, you speak things that are not as though they were. And when you begin to speak that kind of line in your head that I am going to be X, I'm going to be this, I'm going to do good, it begins to feed and to challenge your action. And you're going to be moving towards that. So I am challenging all of us on this platform, and I'm challenging your families as well to get up in this season. And if a business owner fits you, begin to work through it. And how do you ensure that you get customers in this season? Make sure you have their contacts. That's one of the things I said. Make sure you have their contacts. So make sure you're ready. And you're going to have, if you have a business card, you're giving out your business card. If it's a number you have, you're giving out your number. And by the way, you have YT. Make sure you have the name of it. You can put that on a business card and give somebody. Not everybody will watch it, but the one and one and one and one, it makes up quite a bit. And you want to treat, remember, this is also a business for you. If it's not, fine. But if it's a business, treat it like one. Tell people about it. And some of them need a lot more push than others. Tell people about what you're doing. And remember, you're not going to feel the love every day and all the week, all the time. But one person, you just need one person to tell somebody else. Which means if you don't tell that one person, it's not going to happen. So you need one to tell one, and the other one will tell somebody else, because that is what you want to drive your service. You want to drive business. So you have get their contact. And I will say, how do you get their contact? Right? How do you get their contact? Thank you, Bright Eyes, for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing this video. Thank you. Love that. Duke King says, I am looking to spread out my business. And I tell you, that's so good. Thanks for the info. Yeah, that's so good. So don't think about business cards as only those people who work in offices. This is your business. Put this, do that banner, that channel R thing. Thank you so much, Bright Eyes. Yes, thank you. I saw that. Thank you so much. Put that channel that you have with the address, and if you have an IG number, put it on a business card. Business cards are not difficult. And if you don't have business cards, get their phone number and send it to them. Share it, because this is your business, right? Thank you so much, Princess, for sharing. So you have to have the contact. And I was saying, if you have a business and you're offering a product, for example, these days in COVID, nobody wants to really come out. So if they don't want to come out, you have to reach them where they are. And some of them Some of them wouldn't mind hearing a call to say, I would want to deliver to you. I want to deliver, but if you don't have their contact, how are you going to reach them? So you have to get their contact. And I'm saying some of them don't want to give you their contact. So if you are selling a product, for example, give them a sample, give them something to bright eyes, you know this language, give them a sample to sweeten up the pot. You know that language, princess? Encourage them. Encourage them to come back. Encourage them to want to participate and to want to give, right? Thank you for staying. Yes. Thank you so much for staying. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for spending Sunday evening with me. You know, you could have been doing quite a number of things. And I know you're busy, but you're here with me. And I'm absolutely, absolutely appreciative of that. Right? So I am saying to you, market yourself. Make sure you're diversifying. So if it is one thing that you normally did, find other things to add on to that to make sure that you are benefiting from all. Thank you so much, Tam. Thank you, family. Here's another friend of mine joining and supporting. Thank you so much for coming, Tam. Thank you for sharing this afternoon with us. Yes. You have to get to a place where you do other things. So if you have a business that's just doing one item, now is the time you can think of. Christian says yes. Thank you, Princess. Now is the time you can think of doing something else. Keep adding, keep building. Whatever you had before selling, you probably needed. Yeah, we have to encourage them. You need now to go out and find out, what can I do? What can I do? What else can I give to my customers? How can I make sure that every month I'm building 2 or 3 customers on it? And if you're not building, don't get discouraged, because there's a time for everything. Maybe it's just the season for that settling in and sifting out, because some people will leave and some will come. But if it is your business, God is going to send people who He wants to be there. And when He sends people to you, make sure that you're treating them well. Make sure that you're caring for them. So that's part of the challenge that many of us don't think of, working ourselves into wealth, working ourselves into engaging others, working ourselves into making sure our families are taken care of, that we show them the love. All right. So Bright Eyes says, yes, cause we have to encourage them. Bright Eyes and everybody else, anyone you have, I want you to remember that you have to encourage them to do business. That's the way to go. That is the only way that we can actually benefit from the kind of environment that we live in. We have to ensure that we are building and we are creating wealth, right? We have to ensure that we are building and we are creating wealth. So I want to encourage you this afternoon to really be giving of yourself, give of your time, give of your energy, give of the talents that you have. Remember, in the Bible, the Lord talks about the different talents, and one of the persons He gave a talent to went and hid that talent. And the Lord really just took that talent, because He says, if you get the talent and you don't use it, then really you are not going to build His kingdom. What are your talents? What do you have? What do you have to share? What do you have to answer to the problems people have? Do you know the amount of problems people have that we can be solving if we decide to put ourselves out there? Sometimes you wonder the questions people ask. Do they really ask that? Yeah? You mean they can't do that? How are you putting yourself in a place where you can actually answer those questions? What do you have to give? And maybe you have been giving it all along without thinking that it's a business. But as you get older, you realize you really can't just keep talking. You have to be building. And when you build, it means it should be replacing that giving with some kind of returns for you. Money. That's the bottom line. So think about yourselves always as business owners, no matter what you do, right? You own your thoughts, um you own your action. How are you going to optimize that in a way that cause people to come to you and to generate wealth? So those are the things I want to share with you this evening. I won't stay a whole lot longer. I thank you for sharing. I thank you for coming on. I thank you for spending time with me this afternoon. And I am really hoping that we can build stronger, we can build businesses, we can manifest those businesses that we've been considering all along. We can ensure that our generations come up and reap from what we have sown. We can ensure that our generation don't have to come and wonder where it is that they're going to get food, because they know if they want food, they must work for it. And if they're going to work for it, then they must be wanting to start businesses for themselves, even if they go elsewhere into doing something, because you actually can do more than one thing, right? But I want you to make sure that your generation gets the message that when the Lord says to you that you must be a lender, not a borrower, how are you going to make sure that that happens? It's not always going to happen out of being a business owner. It's going to be happening out of the wisdom that you use to create wealth for yourself. And how do you create that? So, Princess says, great advice. You're a very good speaker host. Really? Thank you. Thank you. I never thought of myself as a speaker, Princess. Not at all. Not at all. But thank you so much. So I want us to remember that this thing that we call a business, when we get the 24 hours in the day, we must plan it out. Don't just draw ourselves up each day and wonder why things are not working. Plan out your day. All right, I'm going to get you. You don't need 8 hours and 10 hours sleep every day, right? Plan out your day every day. And the Bible says you are to put your plans before Him, but you have to give Him a plan to work with. Give Him something to work with so that He knows, all right, this is your thought. He says you must make your vision clear. So give Him something to work with and let Him deal with it. Allow Him to fix up that plan for you. And I tell you, the amount of plans you're supposed to have in your head would fill many buckets. Allow Him to work through those plans. And when He works through them, then you must submit yourself to really responding obediently to His word. So let us think about our businesses, because on this platform, I am encouraging businesses. Yeah. I want people who come on my platform to remember that they need to be generating wealth. And to do that, I want you to think about businesses. I want to encourage students who come on to build businesses, because you're not too young. Duking says, remember, hey, I told you guys my sister speak proper English and I speak only patois. Duke, you're not, so yeah, okay. Duke Princess says, you, yes, Dukes, I hear, right? So anybody who comes on this platform, I want them to understand that what I think about is how I can do better at building financial freedom. What I think about daily is how I can make sure I am getting financial security for myself and my family. And to do that, I need to make sure that I'm doing businesses, right? So I want to tell you now that if you have kids, no matter what age they are, do not think that their age is a barrier to a business. Do not think that their age is a barrier to success. Do not think. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Sorry. Do not think that their age is a barrier to being a business owner. Absolutely not. If you if you are seeing talents in your children, which they manifest from a younger age, sometimes they do it, sometimes it is that you have to encourage certain things in them. If you're seeing talents in them that you can encourage them. Don't dismiss them, don't push them aside. If you can support them, support them. Croatian says, ha ha ha, right? So this channel is about making sure that we own businesses, not business, but businesses, because we're talking funnels of business. And what I shared with you this evening are 3 tips to make sure that your business stays afloat. Get the contact for customers and potential customers. Who are potential customers? Every single person you meet, no matter where they are, when you would have met them, every single person is a potential customer. Have their contact. To have their contact, you probably need to ensure you have your business cards ready. And if you don't have business card, be ready with a number to give them to share, right? Remember also to market yourself. That means ensuring that you're telling persons about what you do, offer the product that they want. And then the third thing is to diversify, which is to find other things to do to build up your business, right? So I was saying, if you were offering juice for sale, sell food. So when they come there, by the way, do you notice as I talk about that, and I say I'm not going to spend a long time, John Paul says, stay blessed. Thank you. Thank you, John Paul, for coming. As I say that, did you realize that pharmacies are now almost supermarkets? You're going to the pharmacy, not just supermarket, and you can pick up groceries in the pharmacy. Pharmacy I'm talking about, yeah. You're going to the supermarket and you can take photographs. I'm thinking, really? Yeah, you can do that. So, if that is what a pharmacy has become, that's almost like what we call them a departmental store. You can't call it a pharmacy anymore because the pharmacist now is in one little corner and the rest of the things big. What is happening with us? Why are we thinking um tunnel vision like that? That this is all I can do. Do you know what is up here? Up here is a fountain of knowledge. Some of them, as they continue to flow, then you need to make sure that they're spinning off into streams. And those streams must be money streams. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Welcome, Lisa. Remember to subscribe to the channel, share, and like, right? Remember to just press that subscribe button. Thank you for joining us. And I hope you will benefit You missed some of it, but I want you to come back and to watch, right? Thank you so much. So what I'm saying is that if you have a fountain of knowledge up here, which is all of us, and that's the uniqueness about us as human beings, we don't have to borrow somebody else's head. We have it ourselves. And because we have the head ourselves, there are many thoughts coming out. Some of them we need to share another time, but right now, some of them we can share. And so when you think about it, all those thoughts that you have can become a stream. And when that fountain is flowing into those streams, you realize the money should be coming in because as you keep building. So when I saw that the pharmacy turned into a departmental store, right? When I saw the pharmacy turning into a departmental store, I said, really? And I am here walking one path for decades, not realizing that I can do X and Y and Z, or I am doing it, but I am not getting the benefit. And I go to the pharmacy, and when I go to the pharmacy, I can buy medicine, and I can buy lunch, and I can buy things for my pantry. Sorry. So when I saw that, I thought, oh, I can do things. I can do many things. All right. King says, remember, guys, to thumbs up the host. Thank you, guys. This AC is now becoming a little problem. So, thank you for sharing. And I am going to, I'm going to just turn off the AC for a bit. Thank you. So, remember, we create businesses over here. We create wealth over here. We create families over here. We create sustenance over here. And I thank you so much. It's now a little bit after 1 hour, over 1 hour. So we don't want to keep you any longer. I thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa, for joining. Thank you for sharing this afternoon. Thank you. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see you. John Paul was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bless you. And I will see you again when we talk more business. So tell me about your progress because I want to hear about it. All right. So I am signing off and I thank you for joining our first video. Thank you so much. Let me see. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Princess. Thank you, John Paul, Lisa, Duke King, all those members. Bright Eyes, thank you. Thank you, everyone who joined us. Remember to share and to like. All right. Thank you. And I will see you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.